It's the 15th of August and we've spent a peaceful night next to Loch Nay. In the distance is the Battery Bar. On the night of the 29th of November 1989, loyalist terrorists attacked this bar, killing 2 people.
This is the M1 motorway. Wish it was this quiet on the M1 in England.
This is Oxford Island Nature Reserve and we're just looking for a place to park up and chillax. You got your jet ski ready for you? We weren't allowed to spend the night at the last place, so we're now near Craigavon Lake in a tiny little car park and we're going to spend the night here. Well, that was a peaceful night. In a tiny camper, public toilets are your best friend, and they've been a very high standard in Northern Ireland. Okay, the GoPro seems to be working again.
Hooray!
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness for that. Well, it's missed our arrival here in the car park.
Never mind. It's only a car
First
park.
people here for the day.
Yeah, we are at Hillsborough today, so we better get up there now, ready for our timed ticket. Hillsborough Castle is the formal residence of the Queen when she's visiting Northern Ireland. The house is also used by the Northern Ireland Secretary of State. Once you're through the entrance, you are into the walled garden. We got a bit confused here because we couldn't see any signs directing us to the main house. Not really clear which way to go.
Is it?
Yeah, well, there is a way through here.
Weird.
Bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. Made of shells.
The shell house.
Yeah.
So we were totally mystified there because there were no signs saying how to get to the main house. And then we just spotted that little shed. And it turns out that that's how you get through. So is that up here now?
Well, it can go either way. This is a slope or that's steps.
Oh, okay,
So
we'll do the slope.
This is slightly longer, but we've got time.
Yeah, okay. Very soon it started raining again and I had to put the brolly up. This will keep my camera dry. Let me have it back. Up that drive is the actual house. The house and gardens are quite modest considering who stays here. These thistles are enormous. It pays to get here early, as we were one of only 2 couples on the self-guided tour. Right, pretty sure they're not going to let me film in here, so I may have to turn the camera off in a minute, but we will take you up to the door. These ornate gates are where the VIP guests come in. Boris Johnson was here just a couple of days before us.
Shelter there, just
yeah, we will, yeah. Okay, thanks. Well, I was right. They're not going to let me film, but all I can say is the house is really worth a visit. Very enjoyable indeed. And the staff were superb. We're outside the front of the castle now. It's time for some lunch, and we're going to be having that in the van, in the car park of the castle.
We're having wraps
Yummy.
with some spicy Mexican rice and some tikka chicken breasts.
All warmed up.
Warmed.
This makes enough for 2 tasty wraps each. Tasty. When it's necessary, we collect the wastewater in a little plastic bucket. Next on the agenda is to pay a visit to Hillsborough Fort and take a walk around the lake. The place is closed due to COVID, so all we can do is peep through the gate. There are several walks in the park, but we're going to take the leisurely one that goes around the lake. It's overcast and breezy, but there's still plenty of people around. The swans are frisking people for bread as they walk by.
We parked way down here. We walked all through the gardens to the castle, and we went inside the castle through some of the rooms there, and then later on we've gone past the courthouse up towards the fort, round the fort and round the lake.
And very good it was too, but now it's time to move on. We're in search of the Legananny Dolmen, and Dolmen means megalithic tomb. Carol's using 3 Mobile and my network is EE, and 3 Mobile is winning hands down so far.
We might have to wait till it passes a bit
I think
before we
might
go
do that.
exploring.
Yeah. No, it's smaller than we thought, isn't it? Behold, the Legananny Dolmen. It reminds me of one of those mouse traps that crushes the unfortunate victim.
Dolmens, also called portal tombs, are the simplest and most spectacular of all the Neolithic tombs, 2500 to 2000 BC.
How it's on this side just resting on a tiny little point of the rock. And here as well. We're being careful not to touch the tomb, just in case we get teleported back in time, like she did in Outlander. When the tomb was erected, this landscape was probably covered in huge forests. Our little van is just perfect for these narrow lanes. Only a short distance away from the tomb is our park up for the night. On Google Maps, somebody has labelled this place Windy Gap, and it's an apt description. My turn to cook tonight. Not very good resealable bag things, are they? Need something a bit more chunky. Are cosy?
Yeah, relaxing.
Here's a great tip for you. Pre-fry a bag of cooked onions and freeze them and keep them in the freezer for use whilst you're camping. You avoid all of the tears and they seem to last forever. These filled tortellini are so easy to cook. Mix it all together and make sure it's covered, and then cook it with the lid on.
What have we got today?
We have got a filled pasta. Not really sure what's in that one.
Chicken and bacon, I think.
Chicken and bacon in a tomato sauce with some onions and frozen veg. Very soon it will be pitch black out here, so I'm stretching my legs just before we turn in for the night. It's pretty cold and windy outside, but inside it's nice and cosy. Now, I've been pretty useless with my predictions of what's coming in the next episode, and that's because I always find I have more footage than I can fit in. Join us next time for when rain stops play in Armagh. We have a nice walk around exploring Enniskillen, and we really do watch the boats on Lower Loch Earn.